bring this meeting of the Kingston Community Preservation Committee to order. It is February 5th, 6:35. We'll do we don't have to do it. We can just start it. Okay, great. So we have before us two resubmissions of applications. For those who don't know, the Adams Building withdrew their application.
Okay.
So they didn't give a rationale. So we can just do these in order. So we'll start with the Stephen Drew Heritage House Rehabilitation Project. We asked for a little bit of clarification regarding accessibility to the building to the public. So information was added.
I think Jimmy submitted some extra stuff, but I think what we were talking about was working with Bradford House to do an annual, tour or open house in the winter, because during the spring, summer, and fall, we usually have residents there, and it would make it a little bit more difficult to have public wandering through with people sleeping there and so on and so forth. So we've been talking to them about that, and thought that we could do that annually. We're also going to, with the 300, be on the tour in October. They were going to come and, take a tour of it recently, but had to cancel for health reasons. But we expect to, set it up that way and develop some information handouts, so that we can give them to you, give them to, whoever's interested.
Put it in the townhouse. Put them in the townhouse.
Yeah, put them in the townhouse. We did that initially when we first bought it and whatnot, but they all hadn't disappeared and stuff, but,
we can send them out to you to our email.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. And really, the more you dig into it, the more interesting the story is. So, if we could not nail down, you were looking for the, is it 1760 or 1780? We can't nail that down yet, but we'll continue to work on it, especially with other people. I can't imagine that it was 1760. I know the boat building was going on there in 1713, but and that was the first building of boatyard. But there was a building there before then that's not there anymore. That was in front, closer to the river. And then I got the letter from John Buckley, the Register of Deeds, that I thought you might like. Because he used to live in Kingston and knows it.
Did you reach out to the town historian, the archivist?
He works with us.
Yeah, he might be able to give you the deed.
Yeah, no, Nick will. Yeah. It's been very helpful for a whole array of things. But we have not been able to nail it down, including jail.
Great. Does anybody have any other questions for? Good to me.
I think Jimmy submitted some paperwork, but I don't know.
Yeah. You have that. All right. So we're not voting on anything today. It was just about reviewing the applications. We'll be voting at the March 5th meeting.
And I think the Bradford House is a great mix. I would ultimately like that to be a mini historic district there. Maybe we can finally talk the town into getting rid of commercial traffic and slowing people down so they stop crashing.
Oh, that's such a blind corner there. It's very difficult.
Why they can't put a stop sign on Maple Street so that the trucks actually see that they're going to have to back it up if they keep going or crash into it?
Or a sign.
Okay. Well, either way, I don't think that'll affect our your application.
Nice try.
All right. Hearing no other comments, we'll move on to Grace Beach tennis and basketball courts. There were some questions about how long the new service would last for. Or other questions?
Do you want me to tell you about that? I just wanted to thank you for that chart that you sent out or you posted. It was a chart on where funds can be used. I didn't know that you could use funds now that weren't initially used for CPC projects.
Oh, I think that was fine.
Oh, somebody posted it. Okay, in OneDrive. Yeah, I've never seen that. That's great.
That
So,
came from the coalition.
yeah, no, that's great. And whatever else.
Originally, that was the case, but there was new legislation.
Right, I had no idea all that had passed. I wish I did with the Blackwater stuff. There was a ton of information in there. So that's really great.
If
But
you haven't looked at the coalition website,
Yeah.
it's full of all kinds.
I
of
haven't
great
in a long time, so I did like that link that you sent. But yeah, that was very helpful.
Yeah, that was one of the issues that we were looking
Yeah.
at. So I think
Yeah,
that,
no, I appreciate that.
that solved that issue. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, that was one of the questions too, so that was back in 2012, the legislature changed that, to be able to include properties that were purchased with DPC funds originally. And then again, one of the intents of the Community Preservation Act was to provide, and a lot of times people will talk about rehabilitation of property and things like that, but that was one of the original intents of the Community Preservation Act, in addition to historical and open space and affordable housing, was to be able to do larger capital improvements for communities that wouldn't normally be able to fund them under their own capital projects. And those types of things always kind of got pushed to the side, and that, again, why the Community Preservation Act was kind of clarified and changed in 2012. And then the other question was maintenance. So I added quite some additional information regarding the virtual maintenance of the property, what we've done over the last, I've been with the town for 27 years in my position. So a lot of history. Yeah. I'm the oldest department head. Well, not the oldest, but the oldest. I'm probably the oldest.
Longest served.
Longest served, yes, department head, 27 years. So we've done a lot of maintenance over the years in that time. We've resurfaced, we've fixed minor cracks, we've fixed the tennis nets, we fixed the fences and things like that. And then just there comes a point in time where, the cracks are just too big and everything is too much. And so we're at that point now. And I think one of the questions was, do we know when it was built? I have no idea, but it was prior to 27 years ago because it was built before my tenure. And we haven't done any major construction or rehabilitation in that time frame. And then the ongoing maintenance, or the question about the useful life, approximately 25 years, which is what we've seen from the previous court that we have there now. That's the life expectancy. And then the ongoing maintenance will continue on as we've done in the past, some through the town's operating budget, some through fees, through the revolving account fees for programs that happen down there, pickleball, other programs we've done down there, tennis programs and things like that. So that also helps offset some of the ongoing maintenance cost, repairs of the cracks that might come about, or replacing the nets and things of that nature.
Great. I appreciate that added information. Any questions from the committee?
No, thank you.
All right. Any questions from the public? All right.
Thank you.
That's it. Any business? All right, motion to adjourn?
Adjourn. Second.
Right, whatever, all in favor?
Thank you.